Oh, what's up, everybody? You're on deck with Third Eye Cam. Today's date is February 11th. Time is 14:15, 2:15 for my civilians. I'm just now getting off work, and I'm good. I do not have to work tomorrow because of all this crazy weather that's coming in. Right now, it's raining. It's raining off and on, and the skies are gray. I think it was a couple days ago. Uriel Youssef asked me on a text on one of the videos I did what I think about. Did I think that the planets had something to do with this bad weather? And the answer is yes. I started noticing back in 2017 the weather started going screwy. It would be, at that time I had broke my leg, so I was sitting around tearing the cabinets off the walls because I was so used to working. That's just the thing about me. I like to work, whether it's getting my hands dirty or sitting down at a computer doing some other type work. So what happened was I started noticing every 3 days it would be clear skies, 3 or 4 days, and after that straight it would be rain. And then as 2018 approached, it would be 5 days of clear skies, 2 days of rain. And then by the time 2020 got here, it was like rain one day, next 2 days clear, rain one day, next 2 days clear. Now it's like down to the hours. It's like it'll start out raining or it'll start out clear and then go the opposite. So because I'm an outside person, I like the blue sky, I like to watch the stars, the moon, and all that good stuff. One of my co-workers, hold on, y'all. All right, like I was saying, one of my co-workers jumped over to come talk to me. He thought my truck was a cop, like an SUV. I pretty much got a Ford Explorer, 2017, and it's silver. And what happened is, when I went to buy the car last March, and I need an SUV because my kids are big now, you know what I'm saying? So I had a car when they were first born. Now I got an SUV so they can stretch their legs out. Unfortunately, all the cops ride the same thing, and I'm not too fond of those guys because they gave me very bad experiences when I was in my 20s. They're part of the reason why I went to the Marine Corps, because I want to out-train them and outgun them. Just to be highly trained what makes me more dangerous than them. That's why I went to the Marine Corps with the attitude I got to do the things that I do, because I didn't want to be substandard and have anybody just kind of talk crap all over me. I want to have a militant manner, plus educate myself on their policies. Like, I got a book on the state that I'm in that I can't stand, on policies of how cops can interrogate you. And I've had a few cops, they don't even really mess with me no more because I know the math. Hang tight. I'm gonna be back. Okay, so like I was saying, sorry for the interruptions. I'm trying to get off my job. One day I can get away from this job once I get wealthy enough, get these inventions out. But yeah, I don't have an issue with all cops because my very same cousin that used to babysit me when I was born and grew up under him, you know, taught me how to play basketball. He's the freaking chief of police from where I am. I come from a very small town called Red Springs, which is south of Fayetteville, the Army base, Fort Bragg. And I was born in a town called Lumberton, which I-95 runs through it. So y'all slowly learning, you know, things about me that I'm allowing, because I, you know, really don't really get off on that. And like I said, I got you know, one famous person, actually two, that I know. My cousin Fonte Cole. I ain't gonna say his last name. Actually, it's on the internet. My cousin Fonte Coleman, Coleman, Fonte. He's with a rap group called Little Brother, if you want to look that up. And I also know J. Cole, Jermaine Cole, y'all famous rapper that y'all know from Fayetteville. His mother's white, his daddy's black, his daddy was Army. So I knew him before he really jumped out there through just, you know, knowing people that know him. But aside from that, the weather, like I was speaking about, and I'm sorry for getting sidetracked. I do that. My brain runs so fast, y'all. And I'm not really a talker. This is the most I've talked in my entire life other than the military. I didn't really talk much in high school because I had a lot of enemies for no reason. You know how all little boys want to be alphas. I didn't want to be an alpha. I was just happy chilling, being me, doing me. and all the little dudes wanted to use me as a punching bag to make themselves look bigger, because I was an angry kid. I'm an Aries. We get angry. If you got any Aries children or family members, they're always fiery angry. We can't help it. It's in our zodiac. We were born under that sign. So I was always getting big and bulked up while they were like too busy into their J's and their clothes and shooting basketball. And I was trying to be scientific because I had no interest in all that foolishness. It was foolishness to me. And with that being said, they thought I was a punk, a chump, a weak, you know, all that good stuff, what have you. And I beat the crap out of them, you know. And then I got taller a lot before all my classmates. I grew tall before them, so they wanted to, you know, take out the biggest guy. But the biggest guy was always, I was catching hell from my dad, who was Army. He was training me. He treated me like his privates, so it made me tough mentally. And then on top of that, that really prepared me for going into the Marine Corps. When you get past all that, and then I went through my fraternity, another fraternity, which is another non-Greek organization fraternity, and I went through my fraternity, which is a Greek organization, when I went to college. So I've had a good life, because I came from a small town by my parents' choice. I always wanted to move to the city, but I had to deal with that, and then I had to deal with all the popular kids who wanted to be popular, who never moved out of that small town, and because they couldn't handle the world. So the best thing that ever happened to me was that I wasn't a popular kid in school, and therefore I was able to move out of the town and be able to exist anywhere in the United States that was decent, that I deemed decent, and I was able to go around the world and be comfortable, like literally. The reason why I'm saying all this, I'm kind of giving you my background. I've already given you my first name. I don't really want to give my second name, but I'm just letting you know how brilliant I think I can be, and that's why I'm showing y'all stuff in the sky that I've been seeing for a while, even before I figured that out from like researching Sam Hoffman, who came through me via Planet X Hunter over in the UK. He's the only one that brought that guy's name up. So everybody that tried to shun Sam Hoffman, shame on you, because that guy saw these planets coming in, and I saw them and I couldn't make them out. I thought they were just like asteroids or weird looking clouds, and then I realized they were something more. And then the more they started making themselves known to me before y'all actually really saw them, then you know, I was able to bring it to y'all. So like I said, at some point they're gonna come out in the clear. Y'all saw my videos. If you're not paying attention, I'm gonna go over some of my videos in the future, the same ones, and kind of mesh them all together with dates and times, specifically dates, and go from there. To be snapshots and videos. So I wasn't supposed to tell y'all that, but that's just what it is. Where was I? My brain is multi-directional right now. The rain is the main thing. The sidebars is everything else, my life, and Sam Hoffman and everybody. But so, then my fraternities, and you know, yeah, I did the whole little step thing, and I love it. Unfortunately, I broke my leg, my right kneecap, on the job, so I can't run no more for a while, and it'll be a while before I learn how to step again, because it wears your knees out, and the Marine Corps did their part in wearing my knees out. But like I said, now the rain comes with, it'll come clear one day, the same day, and then the next thing you know, it's raining. After these the planets rush over our heads, and then the rain, they'll drag the atmosphere behind it. So that's the main point that I jumped on here to speak about. Aside from everything else, that's a sidebar. Because of this crazy weather and these planets passing over, and they've gotten closer to the Earth today, and everybody around the world is experiencing rain and storms because our planet is being surrounded by all these planets that I've been showing y'all. They're kind of spreading out around the Earth. So they go around the Earth and do their little thing and come back in a spiral. We're getting caught up in their thing without us being gravitationally pulled away from our sun and off our Earth's path. I think that they just kind of go around us at their speed or above us somewhere, off to the side, to, you know, left, right, up, down, XYZ axis. They cross the Earth close enough to detonate some volcanoes, eruptions, some earthquakes, and our storms. And it speaks about it in the Bible. You need to read Revelations. It speaks about it, seriously. But it drives me crazy and irritates me, because I would love for everybody to see this. I'm doing my part. Maybe I shouldn't be doing this part. God says he'll come like a thief in the night. Maybe I'm giving up some of his thievery, but still can't stop that because God is great. God is good, like we always say. There are people out here to try to keep us in place. Oh, with that being said, I was telling my coworker, you said my truck looks like a cop car because I put antennas on it. My job in the Marine Corps is communications, meaning I learned how to be a glorified switch operator, and then later I went to the Black Ops side where I learned how to actually hack into radio communications and listen in on the enemy. Now, technology has made that easier. I got this bow phone. I can listen to the cops anytime, and I got my own little echo name to talk to them should I need to get on and broadcast a distress. But will I do that? No, I'm way more mature than that, but I know how to do it. I got a standard CB radio in my truck along with some other equipment that's legal, that is on a military level really, that I know how to operate, and I know how to encrypt it. Encryption is nothing more than codes that you write, J codes. So with that being said, I got a big antenna on the back of my truck and a small size antenna for two different pieces of equipment. And like I said, I shouldn't be telling y'all this, but it's nothing really secret. The technology is out. You just gotta know how to put it together. A lot of technology that's in your house, you gotta know how to fuse it together and make it work. But with that being said, my truck is a silver Ford Explorer 2017, and it looks like a cop truck. But like I said, the cops are all imitating regular cars so they can blend in with us and arrest us when we blow by them with speed. So a lot of cops will get pissed off at me when they see my antennas, but I don't care. Like, they can't even stop me. A lot of people will run up on my truck, and once they think it's a cop car because it's deeply tinted except for the front windows, they'll sit right off my bumper like all illegal people do, and it irritates me because I don't want to deal with that. But I need my antennas to hear and talk as I go around the world, because I travel in my vehicle a lot, and when I change state lines, I need to be able to hear traffic, whether it's talking to a truck driver when some accidents happen, or listening in on some other frequencies that they scramble that I know about. It's not really that serious. I'm not violating any situations. Hell, I could build an antenna, put it up in the air and slant it at a 45-degree angle and listen to frequencies coming from all the way around China and Japan from my position, or Africa. It's just that serious, y'all. That's some of the stuff they taught me, and it's not, you can find this stuff on Google. I literally can build an antenna or raise one up, put a line at a 45-degree angle, ground it to the ground, and those frequencies bounce up in the air from those other countries, and when they come down, after they hit the stratosphere, they come back down and we catch the transmissions. There's radio transmissions bouncing all around us, and you just gotta have the appropriate equipment to pick it up to hear. But I was telling him that, and I was telling him also back when I was in my 20s in college, how I ended up going into the military, other than I knew I was going to be going, but I was going to be going Army following my father. But the Army recruiter made his quota, and he had like, he's just so disrespectful towards me when I went to go see him. And here's the thing about me, even before the military, I came up around a lot of real men that wore suits and neckties, like pretty much when they wasn't working, but 7 days a week, because that's the era that my dad came from, and that's the era that I went through, their old school era. Now I'm the medium between the old people that passed away from, because since I was born in the 74, I grew up under the people who were catching hell being called boy, but they're grown ass men. And then after me, from the 80s on back, we dealt with people that were more free, that didn't have to go through that, like all my younger cousins that were born in the 80s and my children born in the millennium. So they're trying to pimp us a different way other than beating us down. Now the new thing is drugs, alcohol, crime, you know, just stupid stuff. Even the music has been attacked. And if you wonder why all our men, and I know y'all probably think it's cute, but all these dudes that are in their 20s and 30s that's got colorful clothes on, got their pants sagging, got tattoos all over their faces, that really don't mean nothing. Like, tribal tattoos are one thing, and on your body, I got tattoos. All my tattoos mean something. They're not just up there for fun. Like I used to look at a lot of Marines in the outfit, and they would throw like all these tattoos on their body trying to look hardcore from afar, but when you get up close on them, it was like some clowns and ice cream cones and just stupid stuff. You know, the cones were, and they did it to for the females. They look cute on them. But all my tattoos, like I got my fraternity tattoo. I got my centaur over here. Over here, if you can see it, you can't see it. I got Hawaii. There you go, on my arm, because I was stationed there. My cousin's group, Little Brothers, tattooed on my arm. I got a heart on my chest for my fraternity, you know, and I got some other, you know, my Marine Corps, USMC, Eagle Open Anchor, and then I got on my right arm, Jaw Soldiers. That was a group that me and my cousin Keon started. They call him KP. Now he's working on, he's a producer, we call him KO. He's out there making some big moves. And I don't want this video to be too long, but I'm trying to make it as quick as possible, so I'm talking fast. And I'm getting sidetracked. So aside from that, when I got my tattoos back in the 20s, and the cops would stereotype me, and I had cornrows, I had earrings in my ears. I don't wear earrings no more because I don't want to be stereotyped. I could easily be stereotyped and get cool and get all like young, and I'm too old for that right now, and I have no interest in it because I've lived that life. But I had these two skinhead white guy cops that were really racial. They used to pull me over consecutively all the time because I was moving out of the college dorms, had my own apartment, but I didn't quite have a washer and dryer, so I would go over to the college to wash my clothes. Shaw University in Raleigh, North Carolina. That's the college I went to. So these guys would pull me over, and I had a decently nice car with Keystone Mag rims. Those are old 1960s, 70s rims, and they would pull me over looking for drugs. Well, I didn't have none. I was so naive to that stuff. I just was a DJ. And they kept pulling me over here, there, different days. The last time they pulled me over, I had washed my clothes on a Sunday, and they went into my trunk looking for drugs after they handcuffed me and put me on the curb. And all the neighbors came out and were screaming at them that I don't do drugs, sell drugs, or use drugs. So, because my neighbors knew me. And they pretty much pulled up behind me, telling me, and then waited till I parked, put my lights on. So they put me on the curb in handcuffs of me, humiliate me. And at that point, they searched through my car looking for drugs. And I'm telling them, I don't use drugs, but it's the cornrows, and they stereotyped me. They were racist. They were some racist ass, punk ass cops. And straight up, because they didn't have to do that. They could have just asked me. They didn't even ask for consent. They just, when they could get away with this stuff back in the 90s, they did it. So, them cops. And I'm not talking about the good ones. I'm talking about them twisted, evil, racist cops that don't like black people and they just want to beat the shit out of us. You, them, I don't care. I'm a United States Marine. I'm allowed to say that. If you got a problem with me, I don't give a f. Yes, I said that. So back to my word, my story. After they didn't find no drugs in my car, because I don't do that crap, and I still don't do it to this day. I could become a drug user and a drug dealer to this day, but no, I'm working an honest Joe job. You see it on my chest. So I pull home a meager check to go in and pay the bills and struggle, when I could really be doing the damn thing on some illegal stuff and moving some weight and scrap all this third eye cam and do some real stuff and get rich, because I'm smart like that. But I don't have no interest in it since I was a child, like a teenager. I don't care for that. And I know a lot of people that's into that I could call up right now and say, hey, I'll move some weight for you. And they would hit me off. I can make like 10 G's in 1 week or more. So I'm just giving you that backdrop on me, because the world is full of crime, full of dishonesty, full of things, and those people are trying to survive. I could indulge in it, but I don't care for it, because I don't want to take that, let that weigh on my spirit and take it to the grave. I have a spirit, I have a conscience, and I have love. And I don't want to damage nobody's body and push their desire to use drugs, nor do I want to push my desire to use drugs. So therefore I don't push my desire to sell drugs. And I don't care for that. I won't be stereotyped with black folks, black people, the N-words. All they do is sell drugs, play sports, entertain us, crack jokes. What else? Rap all day, walking down the street rapping to themselves like they're a video. Yeah, they have a problem with that, and so do I. I don't want to deal with none of that. So because I know I'm brilliant, that's why I do what I do. And I could be more brilliant if people wouldn't hold me back via my skin color to make it seem like because they know I'm a threat. Look at me, I'm a beautiful threat. And I'm not boasting on myself. I've trained myself up to be an educated threat. And we all know that a lot of our educated leaders got a bullet put in their heads and in their bodies. Via Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, a lot of them, they got shot and killed for learning the truth and finding the truth. I got truth in me, but I'm not going to put it out there yet. Not because I'm scared of taking a bullet. I've already taken enough bullets at me to hit my Cavaliers and flak jackets and in a war zone fighting for Uncle Sam so he can get some oil that was supposed to be weapons of mass destruction and start a war for nothing. You can go research that too. I'm not betraying them. I have been betrayed. When I read my, I'm learning history that says that my people were already in America before America was colonized by the Europeans, and that's true. It's in the Bible. It's just they were looking to expand themselves, but they did it wrong. Instead of them saying, hey, let's build this country together, they came over to my country, America, literally. The Hebrew Israelites were already here. Now y'all call them black people today. We were already here. We had technology. We were very sophisticated, very advanced people. And what happened was all the chiefs and Indians and older people like my age got killed off when they got tricked after they were friendly and welcomed the immigrants, the European immigrants to America. We got tricked, got killed, and they enslaved the children, raped the children, and then from that process started slavery. Easy. You could do a child like that easy. Like you bring a new baby into life and then grow them up and then let them all lay with each other and not know no better and make more babies, and next thing you know you got a whole bunch of slaves. That's how this country really started. And then they changed the history books and said, no, we brought you guys over on a ship. But it's been proven that a lot of them that sailed across the Atlantic got slaughtered by the weather that was a lot more harsh than it is today. Like I said, the earth has calmed down a lot. The earth was harsh back in those 14, 13, 12s and all the way back into the BCs. The earth was a very harsh place to live in. And that's why God designed melanated people to withstand all that. The radiation levels, the sun, the harsh sunlight, the thick lips, the coarse nappy hair. And when it grows thick, it's an insulation. So you got to understand, I know a lot about the history, and I don't blame totally every white person or every other person. I blame those that set us up for failure and then continue the cycle by lying to their children who grew up thinking, oh, well, you were born into slavery and I was born free and my parents own your parents and you owe me. That's how I get treated honestly to this day, and it pisses me off because now I'm starting to learn the truth. I just started learning the truth since 2019, but really 2020 got drove home. So a lot of that's going on around us is due to history being corrected. The conjunction was a spiritual deal because it cycled this way before. Was it every, I can't remember every couple of hundreds or thousands of years, but Saturn will always pass Jupiter, will always pass Saturn. There'll always be a conjunction and signifying that civilization is about to change. And anytime you see a comet and an asteroid, a comet come through, it's a civilization jump starter. So we do know that Earth, and they won't tell y'all this, our civilization has been jump started 8 times. 8 times is where we're at now, right now. 7 times before that was a whole different species of human, whatever species. There are other beings that used to live on this planet before us. They won't tell y'all that. And that's why we see all these UFOs flying around, because they have kind of advanced and off-world themselves. And some of them live on Mars right now and the moon and probably deep in the Earth's mountains and oceans. And here comes little old man starting and just now barely learning his way, but he crowns himself king and don't know nothing. With that being said, I normally don't say this, but when you hear the term that all black people were savages and naked and running through the jungle, that's a damn lie. Honestly, here's what happened. They took out parts of the Bible that shows where King Solomon had a flying ship. I'm gonna say it again. King Solomon had a flying ship. My ancient ancestors in the Bible had a flying ship. The Ark of the Covenant was a freaking nuclear device, radioactive device. That's why it killed everybody. And you had to wear a certain type of armor to protect yourself when they carried it. However they carried it. The Bible has been infiltrated by people who downgraded it to make it seem like we were just walking around in the sand with sandals and we were dirty and this, that, and the third. And, you know, we didn't know nothing. But well, really, my ancestors jump-started the whole freaking world. Everything that you see around you now, from jets to helicopters to biblical verses being written in Hebrew in the ancient times, to everybody believing in God and evil and Satan, good and evil, Satan and God, that they put in their movies and everything in between. My ancestors used to live that. If you heard me say in a video earlier that my ancestors descended down from, you know, the heavens to this planet, my ancestors came with God. Even though he made Adam and Eve, there were some other angels that came with him. And Adam and Eve are a prototype of that, though, from that bloodline. And the truth is going to come out eventually. I know a lot of people are not going to like this. I already know it. I don't really want to tell it, but I have to make everybody aware. Sorry for the wind. Have to start making you aware of why the world is changing, why COVID is here. You'll learn that later. Why there was a conjunction, why there are planets around our solar system. The Bible spoke about it. Wormwood, it's in the Bible. Nibiru, Nemesis. Those are those planets that I've been showing you. They're in their cloudy cover, in their own little cloudy cover due to, I'm pretty sure it's a lot of friction. If my fist is a different frequency of a high pulse of radiation, and I got all these other planets coming in that are on a different frequency, as our solar system spins, the solar winds hitting those other planets are going to wisp up their clouds and cause their atmospheres to react to our atmospheres and our spatial atmospheres. And with that being said, we get away from this guy. I always got some idiot trying to race me, and I have a very fast car. Like I said, I have a cop car. And the reason I say I have a cop's car, after I bought this car and I went to get my tags and the chick ran the VIN number, she said, "Oh, police used to own your car." And I was like, fuck. But like I said, they tried to infiltrate us. They bought the car for like a year and then, you know, traded it out. And I ended up with it. I didn't pick it. I just wanted a nice SUV. And they said, you can either take this SUV or that SUV or that SUV or this pickup truck. And I was gonna get a pickup truck. And I said, I'll go with that one. I like it. It's pretty cool. As far as the planets coming in, all these planets are coming in our solar system from our sun and all the radiation coming off of it, and our planets with all the frequencies coming off of our atmospheres, and Mars and Venus and Jupiter and Saturn are whipping up the clouds around these other planets. And that's why when we look at them, all you see is a round cloudy sphere and your eyes deceive you. You'll be like, that's not a planet, that's just clouds going through the sky. That Third Eye Kim guy, he's on drugs or he's drunk. No, I know what I'm talking about. I get my drinks on, I don't do drugs. Hell, I hate taking my medications when I get hurt. that crap will sit on the dresser, because I don't want to be under the influence or dependent upon anything. So with that being said, now that every time these planetoids get closer to the Earth, and y'all saw my video where they kind of shot around the Earth and spread it out, and I pointed them out to you. Now they're closer today, so we got gray, crappy skies, and I'll show you the skies once I get to where I'm at. Going to the bookstore, I got to get a book. I'm doing a lot of research on history. I love history because I want to know the truth. Because that was sparked because everywhere I went around the world, when I greeted people with my brown skin, and not even worrying about that, because I have an Irish granddaddy, a Cherokee Indian grandmother and grandparents and family, a Mexican and Hispanic family, a black Hebrew Israelite family, and all that's messing. And that's why I got this weird look on my face where my eyes are kind of chinked out and my nose is not as big as y'all used to seeing. My skin is a little bit red. That's the Indian side of me. And like I said, I got a lot of Indian in me and some Hispanic. Definitely a lot of Hebrew Israelite, which is what y'all call black, and a lot in me, and Irish. And I'll do another story on that Irish deal. It's gonna blow you away. Well, is this my turn? I can't tell. Yeah, this is my turn. Yeah. This stuff is confusing. So, the heat is too much. I got too much heat in. No wonder I keep dropping my windows. I'm hot. I'm very hot natured. I'm like a volcano. My video has damn near ran 30 minutes, so I got 3 minutes. I'm gonna only keep it at 30. I hope y'all forgive me for the long video. I don't want to break this in half. I'm just gonna have it go as always. You get away from this guy. I don't like people staring at me when I look at them. They look away and have a hateful, disgusting look on their face. That's the racism I'm talking about. I'm gonna tell you, white people, I think y'all coolest. All right, so you heard it directly from Third Eye Kim. I have no hate towards y'all. I was with some cool ass white Marines and we freaking had a good damn time. But the ones that have a lot of hate in their heart and have this racist attitude, I don't like you. Same with black people. I deal with black people who are, oh, you ain't from the hood. You ain't hard as me. I'm more gangster than you. And then I end up because it's like, are you serious? You remember Bruce Lee? Didn't look hardcore. He beat the crap out of you. That's this guy. I'm like that too. And the element of surprise is that you'll never see it coming once I get after you. But I hate violence. I've done enough of it with the military. Even when I was a young dude, I didn't like violence because I beat the crap out of kids when I was a teenager and I felt real sorry for them because I started practicing martial arts early on in my life and boxing. Those are my two favorite sports. I love contact sports. That's why I'm getting to football and all that. That's for like, I'm not a good team player when it comes to like stuff like that. I had to learn how to be a team player with the military. But I like universal sports like boxing. That way it's all on my shoulders to win or lose. What was that other thing I said? Martial arts, Kung Fu, Wing Chun, Kuk Su Wan, Aikido, I know that. That's on my shoulder to win or lose. So it tempers your attitude too. And then going into the Marine Corps, come on, dude. Are you serious? Get off your phone. Freaking idiot. This is stuff I had to deal with. A lot of people are too stuck on their phones and they want to sit there and irritate me. Freaking idiots, man. I don't like that. Get off your damn phone if you're around me. I'm really rude to people when they do stupid stuff. The light was sitting there and I start counting as soon as the light turned green because I'm very short patient and I don't like to sit and wait for people or myself. I like to usually get up and make it happen. And then I get these idiots jumping out in front of me. Everybody's like an illegal driver in Virginia. They're rude and they'll cut you off. So I have a lot of anxiety attacks from the military when I get people to start doing dumb shit. I have to get after them. Like, I literally have people that come up to me and say dumb things. Like when I'm looking at the sky, showing y'all the planets, a lot of times my videos get interrupted and people come walking up with a dumbass smile. What are you looking at, birds? That's how they come at me. Or, oh, you bird watching? Or are you looking at the clouds? Oh, what are you looking at? And I get so pissed because it's like, are you serious? You came over here with that comedy, boring, bland comedy bullshit to enlighten yourself, make your little penis feel good, your little pee-pee feel good, and get a little bit of a freaking quarter of a size on it to make you feel good. Come on, you-hoo. People are always in the way. I know where I'm going when I step out into the world. I know I am eons, light years beyond myself. When I go, get ready to go somewhere, I don't wait for a situation to come upon me to react. I'm so proactive that I long range sight it out so I can properly intervene at the right intersection to avoid the bullshit. Meaning I go around the chaos, if y'all didn't understand that. I'm at my destination, so I'm in this video. But there'll be more to my conversation. Again, white people, don't nobody hate y'all. Y'all some cool mother. You heard me say it. Black people, some cool mother. Asian people, definitely cool. When my whole time in Hawaii, Korea, Japan, I didn't go to China yet. Asian people were very welcoming. Now when I went to the Middle East, it was iffy. I got some ugly stares and a few of them were nice, but I know the story of Ishmael, meaning the Arabians. I don't have no problem with them. They're very beautiful people. Those are my people too. They were one of the tribes that were ousted when Moses went up on the mountain and signed did the 10 Commandments, and the people that were worshiping the golden calf that got dismissed were the Arabians. That's why they're so mad. The Bible is not just a fake book. It's telling the truth about a lot of situations that went down, and a lot of people. That book was written by my people, and it wasn't not written for other people who have it now, who twisted the narrative and made themselves seem like they were the superiors, but they made me and my people seem like we're the savages, when really everything was flipped. My people were the technological people. We were the ones with the riches, the gold, the wealth. So I understand how my people have become to a broken state. When you start out in civilization and you're ahead, civilized thousands of years ahead of people who came and took over and have assumed your position. My people are the true Hebrew Israelites. All right, I'm sorry to tell y'all that, but it's in the Bible. Some people that were not true Hebrew Israelites were called Gentiles. They were the children of the Gentiles. My people screwed up by worshiping false gods, so God turned his back on them. They got put into slavery. The people that he sent over, which were the Spaniards, is in the history books. Christopher Columbus never discovered America. He discovered South America, and he knew that he was coming over to, God put on his heart, probably through Satan, who God gave permission to, he gave him permission to come over to South America, where my peoples were already there and migrating up to North America. They came there, received all the wealth from my people who were being very friendly, and then took that wealth back to Europe. And then the king at the time went to the Pope, who said, hey, I'm gonna write an armistice so you can go and pillage, plunder, do what you got to do to get us rich. And they went over there, spread it out between Africa, South America, North America eventually, and pillaged and raped and stole after they cahooted with the natives and had parties with them, and everybody got drunk and high or whatever and went to sleep, and then all the warriors and chiefs got slaughtered. And that's how the Europeans were able to take over, and the Spaniards. And they divided all our wealths, sent them to Asia, Arabia, not much as so much as Arabia. Arabia has their own wealth, which is their oil. But Asia, Europe definitely, Britain, England, France. And that's how a lot of people from Madagascar, Black Hebrew Israelites, end up in Madagascar. If you're not familiar with Madagascar, it's the island on the east side of Africa, lower part below the southern hemisphere. Our people are there. Our people were in Britain, England, Ireland, Scotland, France. We were all up there before Europeans took over. And I'm not disrespecting your white folks. Your leaders hid it from you, and they want to keep it hidden because they want to keep themselves at a supreme level and keep my peoples down here and keep everybody else in between, following their narrative. So they're at the top of the pyramid. My people are the cornerstone. Look that up, what the definition of a cornerstone is, and the capstone that's rejected by God. Capstone is rejected. I don't really want to tell y'all this information yet, because then people are going to start hating me. Oh, this Third Eye Cam guy is racist, man. He's just freaking hating on white people. No, this is why we're going through COVID. The plagues are upon us. This is a spiritual plague. The world that we just left in 2019 and all the way back, we were never going to get to go back to. And I hate to say that. I much enjoyed it, but we don't know what happened before 1775. This world was a whole different world. My peoples were already civilized. They were already flying so-called UFOs. King Solomon had a flying ship that he could get all the way up in the, pretty much in the space with, and fly and look down. And that's how do you think these maps got made? How do you think? If you look on some pictures where they show planes and helicopters and tanks on those Egyptian carvings, that was our technology. They found microchips, software inside of a cave that they reverse engineered. Just like my Moflex got reverse engineered, and now somebody else is using it. And I even did a song called Ayo that I put on SoundCloud. It's still up there. And Nick Nack, never told anybody about this. A producer named Nick Nack, white guy, I think he's Canadian. He reverse engineered my Ayo song because I had my daughters sing the dang hook to it, and it went something like Ayo, Ayo, Ayo. Matter of fact, I'm gonna play it at the end of the video. But if you listen to the instrumentation, he took all my stuff and turned it from, it had a Jamaican feel to it. Mine had a Caribbean Jamaican feel to it. Because that's how I wanted my daughters to sing it. He took it and turned it into a club joint, and he let Chris Brown and Tiger. He let them rap and sing over it. And I recognized the song, and when I recognized it, I got pissed. Like my feelings was hurt. To have one of my songs reverse engineered. And one of my other songs got reverse engineered, and Lizzo was singing it. I forget that song. So I'm a brilliant person. I just don't got the right people backing me, and everybody that gets the opportunity to steal from me, they steal from me. And I should be a millionaire. Like, I should sue all these people. It's gonna get to that point eventually. COVID stopped me. So yeah. Yo, we'll be back. I appreciate y'all. Oh, you know, I'm gonna use my remote. What am I doing? I'm gonna use my remote. Please watch, like, subscribe, and share. Don't be disappointed in Third Eye Cam. I'm breaking some history to y'all. This is the truth. I don't have time to screw around. You look at me in my face. I don't have time to screw around. I'm not here to pick on anybody. I love all people. But for those that have evil hearts, I got to stay away from you because you're not good energy for me. The ones that have good energy and we can understand each other, even if we have disagreements, love you. Third Eye Cam. Poof. And now to the Ayo song.